I'm in the process of cleaning out the unnecessary junk in the screen house. Chairs that we'll never use again, and we won't be having any more cookouts, so we don't need all these chairs that we've got. So I loaded up the truck with stuff to be brought to the dump. The trampoline is in good shape. That's going to be given to the donation center down at the transfer station. All these chairs here I've had for many years. All they're doing is getting fungus on them and everything else. Bought these years ago at a yard sale. This will be in donation because there's cookout stuff in here. Old junk computers. Speakers that need woofers. Most all this is just junk. These old metal flimsy chairs here. We don't need all this stuff here. All we need is stackable chairs, and we're going to keep those. Of course, we're going to keep our grill here. We're going to just cook out for ourselves, you know. We'll keep this cooler right here that I made years ago. There's a lot of stuff in here that has got to come out yet. But I did get rid of quite a bit. Can't probably see it too well, but that's the redwood set down there. We are hanging on to that. Still a junk house in here. This is a big cooler on wheels. We are going to hang on to that. There's the rest of the redwood set. We are hanging on to that. That was my wife's aunt's redwood set. And the picnic table is underneath all this stuff that's in storage here. Okay, hanging on to these coolers. But chairs like this here, this one here, we got to get rid of that too. Take that out to the dump. Greenhouse needs a lot of work, a lot of painting. As you can see, there's a lot of fungus on everything. But the last 2 years we have not had cookouts in here. We used to have big cookouts. We used to have family get-togethers and everything, but we don't have them anymore, and people seem to be too busy with their own family matters and not bother so much wanting to come here. So 2009 was our last cookout. This place is filthy, but it becomes a storage place, nothing else. Here's another cooler here. We are going to get rid of that. We can't keep everything. You don't need these coolers if we're not having cookouts anymore. It becomes a storage haven. There's all my wood and stuff here, plywood and things like that. Try to keep it out of the weather. So, that's the story there. Well, we used to have many cookouts here. Right now it's full of work clothes and stuff for my projects. I had a couple of stools here. Table set that I made up. Even had a little telephone booth here. Don't know if you can see that. The camera doesn't pick up that good in low light. The picnic table is underneath here. We saved 2 of the chairs. They're pretty sturdy. The rest of them are gone. Pretty much. There might be 1 or 2 laying around here. Made 2 trips to the dump already today. As I said, to keep the redwood set. Yeah, we used to have many cookouts with a big cooling fan in the back to draw the air. This has got plastic around it because we was using this for the last couple of years for storage. But normally there's no plastic here, just the screening. A color TV monitor up here that we used to play slideshows and stuff through, which would be going in the background while everybody's sitting here. Now it's loaded with wood and everything else. We used to have all the food out here. This is all on extension cords. 1 big extension cord with two 20 amp circuits separate. 2 separate 20 amp circuits, and used to plug in here. This is what we used for the plug in over to the house over here. Down here. We used to have a lot of good times here. We used to have horseshoe games. There was a stake here and there was a stake 40 feet down the run here. The horseshoes are underneath here. We had two sets, a set here and a set over there. What I would like to do is to show you the good times that we used to have when we had cookouts of the years past. Our first cookout was in 1985 and we had nothing more than a tarpaulin between one tree to the next. And the last cookout was 2009. I'll show you some highlights of Bill's Big Barbecue in years past. I want to give you a little bit of a presentation here of the previous cookouts that we've had throughout the years. And we'll do it in the form of a slideshow with the WWVA Jamboree of probably 1972, 73 thereabouts, of some of the some fiddle tunes here by one of the good fiddle players on the Wheeling Jamboree named Stan Childers. Anyways, let's go back in time and look at all the good times we had and view it as a slideshow here of the BBB cookout, better known as Bill's Burger Burn.
Virginia, the time is 7:30. Stage the Capitol Music Hall in Wheeling, West Virginia. This is Jamboree, USA. Thank you, Stan. Stan Childers. Take a bow, my friend. Stan Childers and Black Mountain Rag. That's from your new album, right? Black Mountain Rag from the new album. Portion of Rose Chiaza's Ogilvy Promenaders. To help open the show, I'm Steve Major, host of Jamboree USA. Welcome aboard. It's a continuous show till midnight. That means the seats that you now occupy are yours until midnight tonight. So stay with us, okay? It's going to be a pleasure to have you. Ladies and gentlemen, this portion of the Jamboree is presented to you by Mail Pouch Chewing Tobacco and Kentucky Club. And this is Jamboree USA. you, Stan. Stan Childers to open up the second half. Glad so many of you could stay with us on this.